This is Makolas Pukane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. Today we are dealing with part 4 of this great topic, things that you cannot buy with money in your life. Things that money cannot buy for your life as a young man. And this is part 4, and today I want to start with patience. You cannot buy patience with money. And many people are getting to a level where they're not patient anymore. In fact, we are living in a generation that is not patient at all. And the reason may be that we are living in an instant life and the instant generation. Everything that they do, coffee, instant coffee. Food, warm up with micro ovens, and it's instant. And many of the food, they don't cook. They actually do it instant. So everything that we have developed to do is now becoming so instant in our lives to an extent that everything that we do, we just want to press a button and hope and expect it to happen. And therefore we are lacking patience in this generation, and we cannot develop patience in this generation because of the challenge of life. As I said, everything is press button, everything is technology, everything is quick and can be done quickly. But I want to emphasize today that you cannot buy patience with money. You need to go through pressing situations. You need to go through challenging conditions of your life in order to develop patience. But you're going to make up your mind and tell yourself, I'm going to see it through. I'm going to be resilient in every situation where I am and become patient, and that will develop my patience. And many times you'll realize that when you are going to need to develop patience is when something irritates you. For an example, standing in a queue, for instance. There are those of us who cannot stand in the queue because we want things to happen quickly. There are those of us who cannot sit in the traffic because we want to fly over cars, other cars, and find ourselves where we are going quickly. And we cannot be patient. But I want to emphasize that patience cannot be bought with money. But patience needs to be practiced. It needs actually to be able to wait in situations that are unappealing. Situations that are challenging you, situations that are telling you you must move on, situations that are telling you you must move away from, situations that told you that you cannot wait. You need to wait and develop patience, and that becomes very important. I must really say that when you've got patience therefore become a weapon for you to become successful in life, because there are many things in life that do not need to be done quickly. For an example, studies, for instance, every single course has got a duration. If you are going to study medicine, you are going to need to study for 7 years, and that is the duration for that course. And if you have not developed your patience, you're going to find it difficult to wait for 7 years to become a doctor, and therefore you're not going to succeed even though you dream of becoming a doctor. So in other words, I want you to see that the detriment of lack of patience is sometimes you will miss out on things that you would love to have because you are not patient enough. You're going to miss out on things that you're supposed to have because you cannot wait. And these are situations that are of great detriment. And people that lack confidence, or that lack patience, we have seen most of them have lost out on issues of life. They've not been successful in some of the things because they are just simply lacking patience. So when you develop patience, that helps you in life to become successful in many of the things that need you to be having patience. Now, learn to have patience. Now, patience is actually a mindset, because there are many people that really just want things to happen at their own time and quickly at their own time. And life is not like that. And that's the reason why there are principles of patience that need to be seen in life. For an example, to give birth to a baby, we know that it should take 9 months. And you cannot therefore now rush it and say, I want a baby within a month or 2 months and so on. As a young man, I want you to understand that God has put principles in life, that those principles train us that we need to be patient in order to achieve those. And that is why I'm giving you an example of a baby that needs 9 months to be carried in order to be delivered. And if you rush and think that a child must come in 2 months, in 3 months, that's not going to happen. And therefore, you need to be patient, because there are things that will not happen because you are impatient yourself. Cooking of food, we cannot, as much as we say, instant food and so on, there are those type of food that you need to wait until it is well cooked. And that's how life is all about. And if you don't wait in some of the things in life and you lack patience as a young man, you're not going to succeed, because most of the things you'll abort them before their time. And I want to urge you as a young man to learn to be patient so that you don't abort the things that God has put for you. There are those callings that you have, those assignments that God has given you, that if you are not patient enough, some of them, you may abort them before time that God has given you. Look at Jesus, for instance. Jesus waited for 30 years before he started his ministry, even though he knew he's God, even though he knew what he came for. But he waited until 30 years for him to start his ministry. That is patience. And I want to urge you to develop patience as a young man and become a better man, because you are going to develop to become a better man when you're patient enough. And I want to urge you to be likewise. Now, the next thing that I want to mention that you cannot buy it with money in your life is what we call class. You cannot buy class with money. And why I'm saying this is because class is permanent. And I'm saying this because class is permanent in the sense that when you want to become a classy person, you need to develop it. You cannot buy it with money. You need to hone your skills. You need to develop your knowledge, and in order to become a person of class. And this is very important. And I want to emphasize that it takes practice for people to become people of class. And as a young man, I'm sure you would know, I would actually give an example with a footballer like Ronaldo, for instance. A young man who grew up in Portugal and learning to play football. And he played football, and the very same guy it has taken him years and years of practice. And he keeps on practicing to become a classy person. And I mean, if you want to see some of the goals that Ronaldo scores, it's amazing. Some of them are really looking miraculous. But it takes practice to develop class. So therefore, you cannot buy class with money. You need to slowly be patient with yourself, and therefore practice and put up time and time again. Repeat and repeat and repeat. Exercise and exercise and exercise. And train and train and train to a level where class is being achieved. You cannot adopt skills and pick them up from the street. You're not going to get to them by buying them in a shop somewhere. So these are things that you cannot buy. Class is one of those things that you cannot buy. It is permanent when it is in you. And therefore, it also is able to bring about success in your life. And that is why people of class, they are able to make money. They're so wealthy because they are class in some things. They're specializing in some things in life. And they are people that have learned all over again and trained and studied to become better people of class. And then they're making a lot of money and become wealthy. And we are surprised why. It's because they've developed class. But class doesn't just come. It actually needs somebody to practice. It needs somebody to put time aside. You need to spend more time practicing and shaping up your skills and knowledge and make yourself better. And then you become a person of class. And I must say this, that you cannot buy this with money. Now, as a young man, first desire to become a person of class in every art that you do, in every skill that you do, in every gift that you have, in every talent that you have, please shape it up to become a person of class. And I'm saying this because it's very important for you as a young man to develop yourself as a person of class, because as I've said, it will actually help you to become wealthy as well and to become successful in your life. But that doesn't just come. You cannot buy it with money. Class is permanent, but class needs you to put time aside for it. I want to end up here today. The host, my Konas Pagani. I hope you've learned quite a bit out of this and you are happy with the part 4 of this great topic. We will continue with part 5 tomorrow, and I hope you're going to join us as we deal with part 5. But before I go, please remember to also subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please make sure that you click that notification button, and so that you may be reminded when our videos are being posted on the media, and you'll be able to follow us. And may the good Lord bless you. Allow me to say cheers for now.